Joining us now is Pitt Capital Group partner, vice president, as well as senior portfolio manager, Kim Forrest. Kim, good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us. Your reaction to the market sell-off yesterday and what to do now.
Sure. Well, I think you guys covered it ably. All the factors that you cited are just exactly in line with what I saw. The raise in interest rates, made these higher priced stocks a little less desirable. I do think that Apple may not be something that is a great thing about point of data about how consumers are spending, because you did get those great Home Depot numbers, and I think Apple's its own little issue. But that being beside that, I think today is a tremendous opportunity if you have a long enough time horizon to really look and see stocks that you may want to buy right now.
It's interesting. You say Apple could have its own issue. I mentioned Dan Niles, who's been covering this company for years, Alpha One Capital Partners. He almost predicted this trouble for Apple and the technology sector a month ago. Watch this. Are we looking at fundamentals deteriorating within technology?
I think you absolutely are. And this is exacerbated by the fact that you have a lot of inventory out there. So if you pick the biggest company in the world, Apple, for example, they have 89% inventory growth year over year in the June quarter that they reported. Their revenues were up 17%. Well, what if the iPhone doesn't sell well? They're going to have to burn that inventory off when we get into the March quarter. Look at last year, they had one phone priced above $1,000. This holiday season, they have 3 phones priced above that, and the average selling price, they're trying to boost it by another $100. The problem is, if you look at smartphone units overall, this will be the first year in history that smartphone units are down year over year.
Kim, you might say that Apple is its own specific story, but doesn't it feed on itself? I mean, if you've got a lot of inventory out there in technology and you can't sell it because things are slowing down, that's going to trickle into other retail and other tech.
Maybe. We're going to put a big maybe there, because here's the issue. I look at tech very differently than a lot of analysts. We're talking about Apple, which is almost solely consumer-oriented tech. I am really excited about more enterprise or business-related tech, because I think as wages are starting to go up, businesses have to once again think about, how do I make my employees more productive? And it's not by watching Netflix, it's not by participating on Facebook, and maybe it's not by buying Apple products, but still semiconductors underlie this whole trend of making people more productive through software and hardware, and it's delivered on semiconductors. So that's what I'm kind of throwing out there. But I do think Apple is, an issue in and of itself. Right. It is very high-priced products, and maybe not everybody, needs to buy a new Apple phone every 18 months like they have in the past.
Well, what about Amazon? The Journal is reporting this morning that the company is ready to choose New York City and Northern Virginia as the new homes for Amazon's new headquarters. Kim, good or bad move on Amazon's part to split the second headquarters? What do you think?
Well, I really thought Pittsburgh was a winner here, but, we're going to leave that behind. But no, I think it's really smart, especially because it looks like Amazon's going to have to develop its own in-house brands for clothing. And what better place than New York City to do that? The Virginia aspect is kind of interesting. It's close to the government, and, I think they need to address a whole lot of maybe regulatory issues. Right. So, that makes a whole lot of sense there, too.
All right.
Oh, just really quickly, I'm sure we'll get to this in the show, but Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's just been elected to Congress representing part of Queens, is calling into question Amazon moving into Queens. The idea it will receive hundreds of millions of dollars in tax breaks at a time when our subway is crumbling and our communities need more investment, not less, is extremely concerning to residents here. We will just talk about that, because that shows a fundamental misunderstanding of the way an economy works.
Well, it's a misunderstanding of what the whole point in giving tax breaks to companies are. Yeah. That's the whole point, is to lead to jobs.
Do you have a leave? Do you have a leave? Because that gives me a headache. That economic analysis is just...
I might have an Advil for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Kim, thank you so much. We will see you soon.